You ever had that experience where you're just going through the motions, where every day feels like Groundhog Day? It's just a repeat of yesterday, and it's a repeat. Kind of like pandemic times. You wake up, get ready, you brush your teeth, you get dressed, go to work, stuck in traffic. Maybe you go to a coffee shop, you buy a croissant and a coffee, you work, you get another coffee for lunch, you work some more. Maybe you go out with some of your coworkers to the bar after, then you come home, you eat dinner, you watch some Netflix, and then you go to bed. And that's the typical cycle. And most people just scroll on their phones and can't sleep. So that's also an issue. The worst part is you do all that to do it all again tomorrow. That uneasy feeling. Now, there's nothing inherently wrong with, binging a TV show, playing video games, or just laying on the couch and scrolling mindlessly on social media. But it only depends if you feel like time is passing you by and you're making excuses as to why your life is the way it is. Maybe there's something that should be changed. I think that you may be experiencing something that I like to call the fucked life. It's hot out here. What I call the fuck life is basically someone living life without intention. Again, you're going through the motion, just letting life take the reign. And I like to use this visual. So let's just say that life is a horse and you're on top of the horse. Now, honestly, I've never ridden a horse, so I don't know. But I've heard this analogy before, so I'm going to use it. When you're riding a horse, you're holding the reins. If you're holding it too tightly, the horse is not going to go anywhere. When you're living this fucked life, you're just letting the reins go. And the horse is doing whatever the hell it wants. It could stand there and do nothing if it wants. It could just go at full blast, especially if it's like a stallion, throw you off. And then you start experiencing these episodes in life where you just feel like nothing is working in your favor. Another analogy I like to use is on a boat and you're in the middle of a storm and the storm is thrashing your boat around. There's not much you can do. And this is for people mostly who have followed orders their entire life. The typical Western ideologies of go to school for 15 to 20 years, you get the job, you make the money, you have the family, you retire, and then you die. Obviously, I'm fast forwarding things. There are a lot of things in between that. But in this case, people created a path for you. And you end up being 75, 80 years old, and you wonder, where the hell did my life go? And if you're watching this video and you've gotten this far, you know that's not a path that you want to take. Maybe your family was risk averse. Maybe they had success in their life, but they were so afraid of losing it and taking risks for something better or for more happiness versus chasing just dollar signs or lifestyle creep. Or maybe you're clicking on this because, yeah, you were fine. You made it. You got the money. Now what? And you're just trying to figure it out. This is all you've been chasing. Money has become your god. Our relationships suck. My friends are great, but they're not looking to do more. They just want to drink on weekends. And I want something more. I want to live an artist's life. I want to create YouTube videos. I want to do something creative, something powerful. I want to make a difference in my community. I want to make a difference in the world. Whatever that difference you want to make is. Or maybe you're like me. Maybe you didn't have a path. Maybe you had no people to look to. So you really had to figure it all out by yourself. And when you have no one giving you direction, you're just aimless. So instead of being in a storm on a boat, you're in calm waters with no wind, no engine. And your boat is just steady. And yeah, the water may move you into certain direction depending on what ocean you're in, but you're just aimless at that point. Either way, there's one consistency here. Control is gone. And when you're in this, it's like a roller coaster that doesn't seem to stop. You're getting an idea. Everything sucks. Oh, it's hot out here. We have to move position. So this is where I come in to say, yeah, everything sucks, but here are some tips on how you can unfuck your life. What you have to do in unraveling this hellhole that you're in, think about Mark Manson's feedback loop of hell. You stub your toe in the morning when you wake up, ruins your freaking day. Next thing you know, because emotionally you don't feel good, you went through that, everything else is just gonna piss you off a little bit. In this video, we don't want to stay on the bad things. We want to go towards the good things. Take what resonates, throw away what doesn't. But really, you have to start with what's easiest for you to change. Now, some people are better at removing things from their life than adding things. Some people are better at adding things to their life than removing things. Those are more rare. So I would say, what habits are easiest for you to remove or add? For instance, for me, when I was getting back into the gym, I ended up investing in a personal trainer as well as a expensive gym. But the act of doing that and the fact that the gym was downstairs from where I worked in New York City, it was easy for me to add that habit in. If I didn't remove anything, it was easier for me to add because of the location. The cost that I was paying made me want to go more, and the fact that I had a personal trainer who was holding me accountable. So what is that for you? Maybe you can stop something. Maybe you're the type that, and this is for you guys out there, I know y'all sitting home alone, you go on your computer, you type in www.po, I'm not going to finish the rest. Maybe you want to stop because it takes up a lot of time, it saps you of your energy, and it's a challenge. It's very addicting. Same thing with watching TV and binging shows. Same thing with video games. All of these things are really easy to overconsume. Porn, video games, TV, social media. The people that build these things literally have psychologists and scientists on their staff create the most addicting products. So how can you do less of it? Some people are really good at stopping cold turkey. They just stop and they never do it again. I'm sorry, that's a very rare person. You need to calm it down, slow it down. Maybe instead of watching 4 hours of TV when you get home from work, instead be like, I'm just gonna watch one episode today. Write it down, because what doesn't get tracked doesn't get managed. There's plenty of habit trackers on the app stores, plenty of habit trackers online. You can do it with paper and pen, which is my preferred way, and just being like, this week I'm only gonna do this many hours, or you might break it. Also, I highly recommend an accountability partner to help you stop or start a habit. Kind of went into the second way of unfucking your life, which is get a calendar. A big one. If you could paint your wall whiteboard paint where you can write on it and erase, that'd be fantastic. When I get my own place that I can do whatever I want with it, it's exactly what I'm gonna do to at least one of my rooms. You know, that works for some people. Some people are tech people, and there's a lot of great apps out there. Something powerful about like crossing something off or deleting it. I've done it in the past is where I wanted to stop my video game addiction habit, what I had between 19 and about 23, where I would play hours upon hours. I mean, I was probably playing a full-time schedule, 8 hours a day, gaming with Call of Duty Modern Warfare, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. And what I really had to do is when I moved out of my mom's house, I was like, I don't want to game. So I sold my PlayStation 3 at the time and all the games associated with it, controllers, everything. And I didn't have a system for close to 2 years. And then I got a PS4 for Christmas when that was released. By the time I got it again, I didn't go back to the addiction. Even to this day, like, yeah, when a game comes out, I'll play it intensely like I did recently with Final Fantasy 16. But once I'm done playing it, I really don't touch the PS5 right after that. Maybe I do every now and again, and I'll find the game to play, but I probably just play a few hours a week. Another way to unfuck your life, and you probably hear it a lot from me, you know, I'm a huge fan of exercise and movement. Doesn't necessarily have to be you lifting heavy weights in the gym, while I highly recommend because there's so many studies out there just showing all the ways it's so beneficial for your longevity and your health, lifting weights. I still recommend doing it, but if you don't know much about it, like just move your body. I still recommend hiring a coach to at least show you the basic fundamentals of gym equipment. And if you feel weird about going to the gym, and some people just feel embarrassed because they don't know how to use certain machines and whatnot, hire a person, invest in that personal trainer. That's what I did. I was like, I don't really know how to do a squat back then. I don't really know how to deadlift. And I hired a personal trainer and be like, I've been to doing gym stuff for a while, but like, I don't know if my form is great. And he was able to fix my form. And that was it. It was about 2 months of work. Cost me a few $100s. It was a great investment because now I get to use that for the rest of my life. So move your body, do yoga, run. If you like crazy like me, do Brazilian jiu-jitsu or some other martial art, whatever it takes for you to move your body that can help you with your mental health. Also, if the way you do one thing is the way you do everything. So if you start going to the gym, you'll also start eating better, make better decisions with food because you know you've invested the time and energy into working out. And speaking of eating healthier foods, you are what you eat. That's a very, very old quote. Eat better food. Eat high quality, nutritious food filled with vitamins and minerals, your vegetables, your healthy, high quality meat, fish, potatoes, rice, and most nutritious meals you can make easily, like chicken, broccoli, rice, which is standard, but bodybuilder meal, I made a whole video about like doing it for 7 days. It has a lot of vitamins, great nutrition, great protein, keep you satiated for many hours. Like that's just one meal. If you follow me on Instagram, I have my whole yogurt bowl hack. And some people say, I don't have time. Well, take one day of the week and maybe cook the things that take the longest time to cook. It's usually protein, like your meats, beans, things like that. Cook them on the weekend, put them in Tupperware, have them there. So in the week, All you really have to do is cook your vegetables, which take nothing, no time, less than 10 minutes. You could throw in some vegetables in a stir fry with some coconut oil, olive oil, and just put a pot of rice in your rice cooker, and you have your rice, you have a good carb, you have your vegetables, and you have a protein that was cooked. You just have to reheat. And of course, the unfucking of your life will look different for everyone. Be patient. The unfuckering will begin to happen in a few weeks. Some will take a few months. It's really dependent on the habits you're trying to stop and the habits you're trying to build. And you will fall off occasionally. There will be a day where you're like, I've been eating healthy for 30 days. Now I'm gonna have a really bad day. I'm just gonna do it. I intentionally put those days, for instance. For me, I know I'm gonna do it, so why not intentionally add a day and I just gorge on some Dominoes? It feels good, and that's intentional. I mitigate that through other means, whether that's like making sure I eat healthier beforehand, make sure I eat healthy after. But I know I'm expecting it. I know I might feel a little bad, so I'll take like vitamins and supplements to help my body remove any toxins that came from eating that kind of food. So be nice with yourself. Have an accountability partner. Hire a coach if you need an accountability partner. You need someone to help you. Transformational coaching is what I offer. So, you can shoot a message in my DMs and Instagram or comment below and I can reach out. Yeah, that's kind of all I got for unfucking your life. I'd love to hear your tips. Maybe you unfucked your life and I didn't say something that worked for you. Put in a comment below. Help someone else.